The ZACK Files. I'm out of my body. Please leave a message. By Dan Greenberg. Illustrated by Jack E. Davis. Chapter 1. Zack, have you ever been outside of your body? That's what my friend Spencer asked me. He was sleeping over at my house. It was a pretty weird question. But I happen to know a lot about weird. My great-grandpa died and came back as a cat. A ghost named Wanda trashed our apartment. Once I got an electric shock in science class, and I could read minds for a while. Oh, and there's a parallel universe on the other side of the medicine cabinet in my bathroom. As I say, I know a lot about weird. Anyway, this out-of-body stuff was new to me. But it sounded kind of cool. My friend Spencer Sharp is the smartest kid in our class. Everybody knows it, including Spencer. I don't mean that the way it sounds. Spencer is very nice. And he's always up for trying something new. But I couldn't believe he knew something about weird stuff I didn't. How would you know if you were outside your body? I asked him. Well, you'd be floating in the air and looking down at yourself, he said. But if my eyes were in my body, what would I be looking down at it with? I asked. With the eyes in your astral body, he said. And what, exactly, is an astral body? I asked. It's the one inside your regular one. The one you can travel out of body with. We were sitting on the floor in my bedroom, leaning up against my brand new bunk bed. How come you know about this stuff? I asked. Spencer pulled an old book out of his backpack and showed it to me. Astral Travel for Beginners, Out-of-Body Journeys Through the World Mind. I bought it at a used bookstore, said Spencer. New York City has loads of used bookstores. And I bet Spencer has been in every one of them. This book is from the 1960s, he said. The hippie days. It looks great. What's so great about traveling out of body? Well, it's faster than a plane. It's a whole lot cheaper. You don't have to stand in line to go through that stupid metal detector. And you never lose your bags. What do you say we try it tonight? Just then my dad came into my room. My mom and dad are divorced. I stay with each of them about half the time. Hey, guys, he said, it's getting late. I know tonight's a Saturday. But I think it's time for bed. If you hurry, I'll let you talk in the dark for half an hour. Okay, I said. Oh, I almost forgot, Dad said. I just saw a mouse in the kitchen. So if you go in there for a snack, you may have company. Dad left, and Spencer and I got into our pajamas. Then we climbed into bed. He got the top bunk because he was the guest. That's really why Dad got me the bunk bed for sleepovers. So what do you say, Zack? Asked Spencer after we turned off the lights. You want to try some out-of-body travel tonight? I don't know, I said. I guess so. He turned on his flashlight and opened his out-of-body book. He began to read aloud, Get set for a groovy time. First, lie down with your eyes closed. Listen to wind chimes, if you have them. Be at one with the universe. Then place your left hand over your forehead. Right in the middle. Aquarian age people call this the third eye. Then place your right hand over your belly button. It actually says belly button? It says navel, okay? I wasn't sure you knew the word. Spencer doesn't usually act superior. But I hate it when he does. Thanks for interpreting, I said. Now let your astral body slowly seep out of your real one, through your navel. Okay? Spencer shot me a look. Then he went on reading. Seep out and float above you like smoke. I tried doing what the book said. It didn't seem to be working. Are you doing all this too? I asked. Of course, said Spencer. Spencer loves to say of course. And is it working for you? I asked. I don't know yet, he said. That meant no. Just keep trying, he said. Sometimes it takes a while. Especially the first time. Have you done this a whole lot? I asked. No, not that much. More than once? No. Less. We tried it for about an hour. Nothing happened. I told Spencer he must not be giving me the right directions. He said I must not be following them right. But nothing was happening to him either. And then, finally, I felt something. A little tickle against the hand on my belly button. Seep out, I kept telling my astral body. A few minutes later I felt another tickle. Against my hand. This time it was like a breath. I opened my eyes. I was almost out of my body. But my leg was stuck. It felt like I was in quicksand. I pulled and pulled. Suddenly it popped free. And then I was floating in the air, bobbing up against the ceiling. Chapter 2. Spencer, yelled. I'm on the ceiling. I peered down. I could see my own body. It was still lying on my bed. My eyes were closed. My left hand was still on my forehead. My right hand was still over my belly button. Weird. I was seeing myself the way other people see me. There was Spencer, lying on the top bunk. His eyes were closed. He wasn't moving. Was he sleeping, or what? Hey, Spencer. I called. Are you in there? No, said a voice right behind me. I'm out here. I turned my head. Spencer was bobbing against the ceiling right next to me. He looked about the same. Only you could sort of see through him. And he looked kind of sparkly. We did it, I said. We actually got out of our bodies. Of course, said Spencer. Just like he did it every night of his life. This was amazing. My body felt lighter than air. My body felt like it had no weight. My body felt like I had no body. Moving around was fun. I found out that if I breathed out, I started to sink. But if I breathed in, I rose. To go forward, all I had to do was move my arms and legs like I was swimming. Swimming in the air. Just for the fun of it, I did a loop-the-loop. This is very cool, I said. So where would you like to travel to? Spencer asked. I don't know, I said. Where could we go? Anywhere we want, said Spencer. He had a big sparkling grin on his face. How about into my dad's study? I said. I was thinking more like Egypt, said Spencer. Spencer had just done a geography project on Egypt. He built a pyramid out of 743 sugar cubes. It was pretty amazing. What would we do in Egypt? I asked. I don't know, said Spencer. Go down the Nile. See the pyramids. Cool, I said. But will it take us a long time to get there? Probably, said Spencer. Egypt is more than 5,000 miles away. Well, we have to be back by morning, I said. Otherwise my dad will worry. Let's pick something closer to home. How about the Bronx Zoo? The zoo is fine, said Spencer. I floated to the door. It was closed. I couldn't open it. I couldn't even grip the doorknob. I floated to the window. It was closed too. How are we ever going to get out of here? I asked. What if you go through the wall, said Spencer. And just how do I do that? I asked. Like this, said Spencer. He put his hands together over his head. He did a scissors kick with his legs. He dove into my bedroom wall. His hands disappeared. Then his head. Then the rest of him. Spencer slid through the wall like it was jello. Awesome! Hey! Wait for me! I called out. I put my hands together and pushed off. My head went through the wall. I saw flashes of wood and brick. I felt nothing. And then I was outside. Yikes! I was 30 stories up. There was nothing underneath me but air. Far below me were the tiny lights of the city. Help! Chapter 3. I panicked. The air rushed out of my lungs. I began to fall. Then I remembered to breathe in. And I floated back up. Spencer was waiting for me, giggling. So, are we going to the zoo? He asked. Follow me, I said. We left Dad's building on East 52nd Street. We flew uptown, over the tops of tall buildings, over Park Avenue, over lines of cars going both ways. And then, over Central Park. I felt like Superman. I could almost hear the music from the Superman movies. Is this great, or what? Spencer shouted. The greatest! I shouted back. Soon we were flying over the Bronx Zoo. Ladies and gentlemen, I said, this is your captain. We are about to land at the Bronx Zoo. Please make sure that your seat belts are securely fastened. And your seat backs and tray tables must be in the upright and locked position. We floated down toward the ground. Ladies and gentlemen, I went on, we have arrived at the Bronx Zoo. We hope you have a pleasant evening. We thank you for flying out-of-body airlines. For those of you in our frequent flyer program, tonight's flight is worth 15 miles. The 200 was closed. There were no people except for Spencer and me. But, come to think of it, I'm not sure we really counted as people. It was very dark. And far away you could hear a wolf or something howling. It's a lot creepier here at night, said Spencer. I nodded. But as long as we're here, let's go see the lions, I said. I'm crazy about lions. We went to the lion area. We didn't see any lions. So, where are they? I asked. In bed, I bet, said Spencer. It's night time. Then they must be right inside that cave, I said. Let's go and have a look. Zack, are you crazy? Spencer, we're out of our bodies. And you're out of your mind. But if we're not in our bodies, I said, they can't hurt us. Right? Spencer seemed to see the logic of that. Come on, I said. We floated into the cave. You couldn't see a thing. But you could hear the snoring. It was a weird sound. A bunch of huge pussycats, snoring in the dark. Then one of them coughed. Okay, it was half a cough and half a roar. "Zack," Spencer whispered right near me, "this is a really dumb idea." Why? Why? Because they might wake up. And they might just decide to bite our astral butts off. Maybe you've got a point there, I said. With me leading the way, we floated back toward the cave entrance. Our astral eyes must have gotten used to the dark. Or maybe it was just brighter at the cave entrance. Because when we got there, we didn't have any trouble seeing the huge lion that was standing in front of us. It was the biggest lion I had ever seen. Or maybe I'd just never seen a lion up close before. And maybe he can't see us, Spencer whispered. I raised my hand and waved it a little. The lion didn't seem to notice. I waved both my arms. The lion opened his mouth. And yawned. He can't see us, I said. So I moved toward the lion. Weird. Now the lion took a step backward. I went a little nearer. The lion moved back farther. Wow. He senses we're here, Spencer whispered. And he's afraid of us, I said out loud. The lion took a step forward. And roared. Okay, I said, so he's not afraid of us. We should get out of here, Spencer whispered. Spencer, I said, follow me. I backed up several feet. I put my hands together and dove toward an open space at the lion's right. Oops. The lion moved to the right. An open